I'm really excited to sit down with Nebraska icon Tom Osborne. Coach Osborne led the Cornhuskers to 3 national championships, including back-to-back titles in '94 and '95. His legendary coaching career spanned 3 decades, and he's currently the athletic director here at Nebraska.
The Cornhuskers beat Miami 24-17 and win the national title.
What do you guys think of Coach Tom Osborne?
We love it. Number 1, Tom Osborne, the greatest ever.
He coached for 25 years. He won 3 national championships. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's right there with the top coaches of all time.
Great job. Thanks, Coach. Okay. Thanks for everything. Thank you, guys.
Who thinks Tom Osborne's the greatest ever?
I am here with Dr. Tom Osborne, one of the winningest coaches in college football history, a Nebraska legend, former congressman. What's a bigger challenge, playing football, coaching football, or running for political office?
Coaching probably is the most challenging job. Probably the most unpleasant thing is running for political office. But coaching just week in, week out, you know, you're measured every 7 days. But really the thing that has been most attractive to me about coaching has been relationships. And so that's really the glue. That's the thing that holds everything together.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I enjoy the most about athletics.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is obviously Nebraska's first year in the Big Ten. How are you feeling about the conference and being part of that?
Well, we're very pleased to be part of the Big Ten. Represents tradition, represents academic quality. So we see a lot of advantages, and of course, part of what we're doing here today, the Big Ten Network. And we think the quality of the Big Ten Network has been very good.
What are a few of your fondest memories from your coaching career?
5 years I was a coach here. I was a young guy. I was 35 when I started out. And we lost the first 5 games that we played against Oklahoma. And so people were getting to the point where they thought, well, this guy isn't going to cut it. So finally in 1978, they had a great team, came up here, and we beat them 17-14. So that was one. Winning down at Miami at the Orange Bowl game was a big step. We beat a good Miami team. We came from behind to do it in the 4th quarter.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami 24-17 and win the national title.
That's one that I'll always remember. But again, the most important thing really has been the players and the relationship and the chemistry.
So really proud of you. Thanks all for all you've done for me and the university.
Those are the things that I treasure the most. But if you're talking about wins, those 2 probably stand out more than any other.
Thank you so much. It's really been an honor speaking with you. You've had such an illustrious career in so many different fields, and this has been an amazing learning experience for me and for all of our viewers. And thank you for your support of the Big Ten Network.
You bet.
Tailgate 48. You're going to tune in, right?
You bet.
Okay. Not only do we get to interview Coach Osborne, but he's the subject of an upcoming episode of the new Big Ten series, Live Big.
So often in our society, we tend to be nice to those who can do something for us. And the mark of character, I think, really is what you do for those who cannot do anything for you in return.
In the fall of 1991, Tom Osborne was in the middle of his 19th season as head coach at Nebraska. On a Sunday night, he returned home and found his wife Nancy inspired by a story she was watching on TV.
What caught my attention was this elderly gentleman that was telling a story about going back to his old public school.
The school was PS 121 in Harlem. Eugene Lang, a PS 121 alum turned millionaire, was about to give the commencement address to the 6th grade class.
He sat waiting to go up to the podium and just realized that what he was going to say would mean nothing to this audience. So he said to them, if you'll study hard, keep your grades up, stay out of trouble, and let me mentor you, I will pay for your entire college education. I was just really taken with it because it was such a generous, beautiful thing to do.
So when I came home, she mentioned that episode to me and said, you know, is there anything that we could do? So the next day in a team meeting, I got up in front of the team. I said, are there any guys here who would be willing to spend some time with a young man from the Lincoln Public Schools? 22 hands went up, and we went to the Lincoln Public Schools and said, we've got 22 guys who are willing to serve as mentors.
Just like that, the Teammates Mentoring Program was born. One of the original 22 Cornhusker players to raise his hand in 1991 was walk-on Richard Bolin.
And I don't know why I raised my hand, but a lot of people helped me get to that point of being a college athlete. So I just did it. I think if you can give any young person some guidance or just a self-reassurance, 15, 20 minutes a day, a week is plenty.
20 years after launching Teammates, Nebraska football players are still dedicated to mentoring. Despite a 14-hour commitment to being a student athlete, senior linebacker Jim Ebke still finds time to mentor 8th grader Martez.
Martez has grown a ton in reading. He's reading a lot better, comprehending more. I'm trying to do this to help Martez out and be a leader in his life and be a role model. So hopefully Martez will do the same when he grows up.
Since 1991, more than 10,000 kids have been mentored through the Teammates program. This year alone, Teammates is mentoring 5,000 kids throughout the state of Nebraska and Iowa, with one additional chapter in San Diego, California. Teammates' goal is to serve 10,000 kids per school year by 2015.
Mentoring has a very powerful longitudinal ripple effect. It changes lives.